What's up, gamers? I'm the Lights. We've got solo Kalli for you here today. It's a fun one. Please like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the video. Okay, so solo Kalli, basically just a pure test of your ability to formulate a crit-focused damage strategy and execute on it. We're on Gunslinger for this one, using Celestial Nighthawk Golden Gun. We're on Golden Gun Marksman, of course. We've got Gambler's Dodge to reset Knife Trick. Knife Trick is important because it is making us radiant through Ember of Torches, and we're going to need that for the damage. I'm running Firebolts just because of their artifact support, and it kind of helps, you know, clear ads occasionally here and there. I think I got like a free ignition in the VOD. We've got On Your Mark, Knock Him Down for a bunch of fragment slots, as well as for the Knife Trick resets. For fragments, we have Searing mainly for the Fire Sprite gen, which is going to be powering armor charge through the artifact, and then also giving us restoration through Ember of Mercy. Ember of Mercy also, or both of these fragments rather, give good stat bumps that I wanted, and since I'm using full Riven's Curse armor, as we'll see in a moment, my armor is pretty terrible, so that was very welcome. We got Ember of Solace for extended radiant duration, Ember of Torches, like I already mentioned, and then Singeing is a massive boost to your dodge regen if you scorch something, and with how cringe the Taken Thrall can be, you know, you miss Knife Trick sometimes, and having a dodge to get back is really, really helpful. We got Celestial, like I mentioned. Got double hands-on on there so that I can hopefully get another Celestial off. Like, you know, 2 is just the goal for this encounter. So we've got double hands-on with the knife trick spam will help get the super back. We've got just dexterity mods and heavy-handed on the arms with, of course, Riven's Curse. We're running full Riven's Curse armor. This is a 5% damage buff per stack of the mod that you have, and it stacks with everything. So ideally, you'd fill out all your armor 25%. I was running an exotic at all times, so I was only getting 20, but the exotic was worth it. Just here, again, Riven's Curse. We've got Arc Resist so that Kalli hopefully doesn't one-shot me with the little laser attack and then double charge it up just so that I never have to worry about armor charge. On the boots, we've got triple kinetic surges as well as a transcendent blessing, which is preferable to Riven's Curse because with Riven's Curse you take increased damage as well as dealing increased damage, but Transcendent Blessing is basically the same mod but with no downside. We've got triple kinetic surges, which is buffing Izanagi's Burden, as well as, I'm not sure if this is intended or not, but currently kinetic surges buff Golden Gun as well. So yeah, that's a little kooky. On the cloak here, we've got Riven's Curse yet again, and then just triple time dilation again so that I never have to worry about armor charge. We were able to barely hit 100 resilience with this, but like I said, since the armor's pretty doo-doo and I really want to invest Ascendant Shards into most of it, stats pretty bad, so just getting 100 resil was really nice. We've got a few different builds that we're swapping between. Of course, I had a triple solar reserves, or actually I was doing triple kinetic reserves to get more Izzy shots. That ended up being much more valuable than getting extra linear shots. So I was on kinetic reserves to rally, and then I'd swap to this loadout for the first plate. After the first plate, we go to this here, where we're running Ophidia Space with the same shiz going on. Still kinetic surges. Ophidia Space was really helpful because the take and thrall teleporting around can often just ruin your knife tricks. So you can miss, and then you don't get a reset, and you really need Radiant to be able to meet the damage check, the damage that's asked of you to do this in one phase. So that was super helpful. We would then go to this loadout after I finished off cleansing both of the plates, and this is just the same build but with triple solar surge as opposed to kinetic surge, since my main damage from this point on is going to be cataclysmic. And then we would go to this loadout, which is again solar surges but with celestial. These are mostly just single swaps outside of the kinetic weapon here. By this point, typically my Izanagi's out of ammo or very close to the point where I can't get a 4th time shot or not proc bait and switch, and that's just problematic. So swap to succession, just anything would have been fine. This doesn't really end up doing much. But yeah. Oh, and then this is just succession as well, but with the Phineas Faith. Like I said, these are mostly just changing 1 or 2 different things. For weapons, of course, Izanagi's Burden, I think, is probably the best gun you could possibly use in this encounter. I don't think you ever take this off unless you just have no ammo for it. For your energy weapon, I was running Iterative Loop with Bolt Shot here. We've got Taken Spec on everything because it is a slight damage bump compared to Boss Spec. Taken Spec is 10% damage. Boss Spec is 7.77% damage. So this is just a slight bit better. And I mean, at the end of the day, we're just cranking out every percent we can possibly get with a challenge like this. But yeah, we've got the Iterative Loop with Volt Shot here. Volt Shot on Iterative Loop is doing like 7-8k a tick in this encounter, and it's ticking basically every time you shoot a linear shot. So you're getting basically an extra linear shot worth of damage every rotation. It's not the most influential thing in the world, but it is pretty strictly the best thing you can run in your energy slot to pair with Izanagi, because of course you're running Izanagi. There's like the Macabre sniper from Festival of the Lost last year rolls with Volt Shot. That would have been fine. Perhaps even better. I'm not sure what the numbers are on that thing. I don't have that roll. And then Iterative Loop was also nice for clearing out the scions that spawn in the middle after you come out of the doors. So that was nice. We're running Cataclysmic, 4th times the charm, bait and switch, mainly for the insane ammo economy that this gun has with 4th times the charm. And then just like the per shot damage multiplier that bait and switches makes this pretty much the only choice, really. That other gun I was running was Succession. Recon Vorpal, again, taking spec on this one. I mean, I think I shot 1 shot with this thing and missed the head, so clearly it didn't matter that much, but that's what I was swapping to, and that about does it. Yeah, like I said, it's just all about cranking out as much damage as you can, and let's break down the VOD. All right, so we got the VOD pulled up here. We'll go through this really quick. So like I said, I'm rallying with kinetic reserves. I've got Celestial Nighthawk on to start the encounter always. Step 1 here is going to be check the middle to see what plate options we have for cleansing. And you want to do, you can do any symbol. It just can't be the same one. So like, for example, I wouldn't want to cleanse 2 infinity plates. I would want to do like a U and an infinity, or a down and an infinity, or whatever, something to that effect. So here, and then that you want to be on 2 plates that are right next to each other. These 2 right here, and then the 2 up a little bit higher are my favorites because they're really close together. It's the easiest to play around these. They're not the only ones I use or that you can use, but that's where we ended up getting the run on. So you can see we've got U and down here. Every time you cleanse 1 plate, you open up 3 doors in the middle. So you need to cleanse 2 different ones so that you get doors on 2 different sets of doors. And then there is actually some RNG in that way, in that Kalli could teleport to the 1 door set that you didn't cleanse any plates for, and therefore didn't get any doors, but not really the hugest deal in the world. There are a lot of other encounters in this game that have way worse RNG. So the play here is we're sitting on this first plate. I usually like to do the lower elevation of the 2 for reasons that we'll get into later, but the idea here is we're just going to start cleansing this plate. There's always 1 Thrall that seems to wander up and then can give you armor charge. And then right after this explosion happens, Kalli's going to teleport right in front of your face, at which point we have armor charge off of that first Thrall. Kalli's going to teleport in. We're getting Radiance off of the knife trick onto that other Thrall here. And then that's Goldie in the head, and then we can get an Izzy shot off as well. And then we're going up to the next plate, and we need to get up to this next plate before the kind of ball explosion thing happens. And you can hear the audio cue in the back, so I knew that I beat it. And then here, we're doing the swap over to Ophidia Space, since I don't have, Goldie anymore. No need for that. At this point, she teleports in, and this is why Ophidia Space is so huge here. Is because, as you can see, there's like 1 Thrall around, kind of far off, like over here. So that'd be a little dicey to try to hit with Knife Trick with how often they teleport. My Radiant is about to run out. So before I pop her with an Izzy shot here, we get the Knife Trick, and then I think I just missed because the ball spawned right in front of me. Unlucky, clearly didn't matter. But yeah, it was super important that we got onto this plate before the black balls exploded, because that is what causes Kalli to teleport up there. So we get Kalli to TP up here, and since I started the cleanse on the bottom plate, she's going to TP to in front of these 2 plates every time, like, the plate is cleansing. Like, every time those black balls explode, we'll get a Kalli teleport to one of these 2 plates until we finish cleansing one of them. So after these balls explode here, we're gonna get Kalli down on the bottom side. So you hear there, they explode, and now she's down there. Make sure I'm just getting Radiant. And then we'll get 1 more where she spawns directly in front of me on this plate here, and then we're just kind of chilling from then on. So last Izzy shot, and you can see there we've already, even though I missed an Izzy shot, we've already chipped out like a good chunk of her health. So that's good. But here we're just spamming Knife Trick to get Goldie back. It's really not that important to like be proactively trying to get Goldie back, because odds are like you end up doing so much damage during the actual damage phases, like on top of the doors, that you're just gonna get it back pretty much no matter what. So here I do a swap over to, I forgot to mention this, but my loadout with Solar Surges also has Marksman's Dodge on it for a specific cataclysmic rotation that we'll see in a little bit. But after that Knight spawned up top, we move down to this plate. And now here, I'm just meleeing things so that there's just no risk that I lose my knife and don't have Radiant. So now, Knight spawns, Kalli's over here. So step 1 is kill the Knight with Iterative Loop, so that we can get a proc of Volt Shot. Get that loaded up, get Radiant, get the Volt Shot onto Kalli, bait and switch in here. I'm not reloading Izzy every rotation, just because you end up losing a shitload of damage trying to reload Izzy, and you don't have, like, you have more time than you need for a single cataclysmic rotation, but you don't have enough time to like reload Izzy and get fully back into your cataclysmic rotation. So what I'm doing there is I get off my, or I didn't do it there, but what you'll see me do in the future, I guess I'll address it when I get to it actually, but we just get in the doors, reload everything. And now here I'm gonna get Volt Shot off of the Scions that spawn in the middle. So make sure they get cleared out, make sure we get Radiant off of one of them. I can use the Firebolts to help there if I need. Volt Shot, Izzy, we've got bait and switch up, and we're just gonna roll with Kata here. I'm watching my Radiant timer, see it's about to run out there, re-up that. And sometimes Kalli decides to be cringe, and we miss shots because of it. But for the most part, you'll keep her stun locked if you continue to hit her head. So there you see, I was able to get off an extra like 6 cataclysmic shots. And I did that without bait and switch just because my ammo's pretty chill. I've got one more door left. Like, I don't need to be saving ammo for anything. Like, I know how long this is gonna take. So instead of re-upping bait and switch, just getting more linear shots is always going to be better in such a situation, right? Because of how long it takes Izzy to reload. And now at this point, Goldie's almost up. My Izzy's pretty much out of ammo. So I'm going to hit the swap over to the Succession loadout that has Celestial on it. But then same deal here. We're going to get the Knife Trick, make sure we get Radiant, get Volt Shot. Radiant, Goldie, Volt Shot. Succession just for bait and switch, and then we're just gonna roll with Kata until she's dead. Missed one crit, shat myself. But we get it done. Not the cleanest run I had, to be honest. But we got there. I was messing up like different parts of the execution every time. One that I was messing up a lot was when my ammo situation would get dicey at the end. It was like in different ways every time that something was scuffed about my ammo situation at the end of the encounter. So I was like really iffy on exactly what I wanted to swap to, or if at all, or if I even needed to. Like, for example, if I got like some special ammo off of those Scions in the middle there, I probably don't even swap off Izzy. I probably just keep it. Just keep it on, and then you get it done easier that way. I missed the Izzy shot at the beginning, but I mean, I don't know. I was trying this with just like full Riven's Curse armor at first, and then ended up doing the swap to Ophidius Faith, and this was like the first or second good run that I got running Ophidius Faith, because as it turns out, the extra Radiant uptime is pretty good, as opposed to just having the extra 5% all the time from running an extra Riven's Curse mod. But yeah, that's it. We got it done. Super, super simple challenge to do mechanically. I mean, it's just, I shouldn't say mechanically. In terms of mechanics, it is very, very easy to do. It is purely execution of a damage strategy, which is kind of neat in that way. So, but yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again next week with some kind of cool challenge and some other videos. So please subscribe, like the video, comment. Adios.